The question here is, should I stay married even though I'm not happy? These we get at the Marriage Foundation. I'm Paul Friedman. I founded the Marriage Foundation. And I know what you're going through. This is a very tough question, whether you're a man or a woman. We live in an age now where our free choices we're able to make where we weren't able to in the past. They used to call them the good old days. In the good old days, you couldn't easily get a divorce. There had to be grounds for a divorce. It was very tough. If you were a woman, you could be abused, not just not happy. You could literally be abused. Your husband could be a drunk, comes home, beats the hell out of you, beats your kids. And if you tried getting a divorce, the judge would assign the kids to your husband. I mean, it was insane. And things have gotten a lot better in that regard. However, for most people, what it's done is it's sort of opened the door for people not having to work on their marriages. I'm a big proponent not of working on your marriage, because it's really a misnomer if you think about it. The idea is to have an incredible marriage, not by working on it. It doesn't take work, but knowing what you're doing. And I use this as an analogy. When you get behind the wheel of your car and you're driving, you don't have to work at it because you've learned how to drive. You understand the car. You understand what all the knobs and pedals do. You understand the rules of the road. So you just do it. Well, marriage should be that way too. And I'm not going to do a whole social commentary on why people don't. Suffice it to say that we don't learn life skills in school. You don't learn how to balance your bank account. You don't learn valuable things. If you're part of a capitalist society, you don't learn much about how to make money, how to create wealth. We don't learn practical things. Let's just leave it there. The most important thing that virtually everyone does is get married. Yet there's an over 50% divorce rate. So they've made it easier to get a divorce. It's almost like they've given up on how do you make your marriage wonderful. And you know where I'm going with this, right? And obviously you should subscribe to this channel because there's good information here. But let's talk about the two choices that you have given me. Should I get married? Should I get a divorce because I'm not happy? Let's ask a question before that. Can I become happy in my marriage even though there's some crazy things going on in my marriage? Men and women, there's crazy things going on. Things that most therapists, frankly, will say, no, you're not happy, get out of your marriage. But come into counseling, they'll tell you. So I'm not a big fan of marriage counseling. Okay, the opposite is true. I think it kills a lot of marriages. I recently did a YouTube on Bill and Melinda Gates' getting a divorce. And I basically said, marriage counseling killed their marriage. And I said that because obviously they could afford the best marriage counseling, and yet their marriage ended. So here's the deal. When you know how to be married, your marriage can be, should be, there's no reason why it won't be a very happy marriage. Now, you might be saying, I didn't ask for all this. I just want to know, should I get out? I'm not happy. So I'm going to approach this from a different point of view. Happiness does not come And this is true. Happiness doesn't come mostly from external events, from our environment, mostly. Of course it contributes, but mostly it's about how we learn how to control our mind. The mind is what determines whether you're happy or not. And if your mind is focused on all the dark stuff in the world, you're not going to be happy. But if your mind is focused on all the positive, the love that exists, because love is the ultimate thing that we all want, then you will be happy. In my books, there was a story that I heard in the 90s. I took my kids to the Holocaust Museum in Washington, D.C., and a very famous director put together a loop of people's experiences in concentration camp. And there was this one guy, it was a 5-hour loop. It was Spielberg, by the way, if you were wondering. There was one story in the loop that just stuck with me. In fact, it was the only story I listened to, and I thought, okay, God wanted me to hear this story for a reason. And I was blown away. Here's the story. This guy is talking about his friend, and he says, my friend had lost everything. He was skin and bones, but he was praying a prayer of gratitude to God. And I said to my friend, how could you be grateful? You've lost everything, your family, your prosperity, you're going to die. What do you have to be grateful for? And he said, I thank God that he did not make me like those who put us in here. So here he was in what is for sure the worst possible situation anyone could ever imagine. I mean, day after day being tortured and starved to death, and he was happy. He was grateful. We have the ability to control our minds. You have the ability to see things differently, because part of controlling your mind is controlling how you see things. We have filters. Our senses, our sight, our hearing, taste, etc., perceive the outer world through filters. And if those filters are set up to always see the good, we will see the good, and we will make ourselves happy. So happy and sad is not a criteria to determine whether you're going to stay in a marriage or not. Some reasons to get out of a marriage, going back to what I said before, if you're being beaten, if your husband or wife is a pedophile, part of a international gang. I mean, there are some dangerous scenarios where being in your marriage doesn't make any sense at all. Otherwise, it's much better to learn how to be married. Make your marriage the happiest place there is. You can do that. Now you're going to say, how? It's such a broad question. Definitely subscribe to this channel. You get a lot of input, and you'll be able to start putting the pieces together. And then get one of my books. I lay out marriage. It's not hokey. I don't talk about things like men are from Krypton and women are from whatever, and and I don't talk about the languages of love and all that, because those are very small parts. And I don't want you to be fooled. I want your entire marriage to deliver to you the beautiful promises of marriage. There are two amazingly beautiful promises of marriage. One is happiness. You got married to be happy. When you know what you're doing and you do it, and if you know what you're doing, of course you'll do it, you will be happy. Every day of your life will be a better day than the day before. The other thing, which truly is even much more important, is love. We're human beings. We thrive on, we are dependent upon, we have to have love. I'm not going to get into all the reasons why. You know that for yourself. We don't desperately seek money. Some do, but not all of us. But we all desperately seek love. And I'm not talking about the fake love of recognition and acceptance. I'm talking about unconditional love, which is not even possible in most venues of life. But it's not only possible in the venue of marriage. Marriage is a setup for you to experience unconditional love. And thing about unconditional love, again, they don't teach us these things, is there is no boundary. It literally gets bigger and better every single day. It's cosmic. Love is cosmic. It's spiritual. By definition, it's spiritual, right? Because you can't experience it with your senses. It's internal, but it's the most tangible, most necessary of all of the necessities. I'm Paul Friedman. I founded the Marriage Foundation so that we can help you. Go to the website, themarriagefoundation.org. See what we have to offer you. Take advantage. You should be, you deserve to be, you can be so happy all the time, permanently, not fooling yourself, but the real thing. Not with hypnosis, not with spells, not with magicians and, these crazy things that are out there, but this is the marriage that you're in is the real deal. Turn it into the real deal of love and happiness. Thank you for spending time with me. Like the video, leave a comment, a question. God bless, and take care.